Okay, guys, so one of your classmates working hard yesterday afternoon was struggling with multiply binomials. So what I did is a nice smorgasbord of three different quizzes or tests along the way, or practice sets that is. Okay, here we go. So as you can see here, what I did was I did a couple from here with the area model. Then I did a couple here without area model, but you're going to do the area model. And then I did 2 or 3 here of the final multiply practice set. Okay? And whether you're IM2 or IM3, guys, this should be almost automatic now. But anyways, let's get started here. So how would I do this one? Well, they already have set up in a model. I'm just going to do x times x is x squared. I'm going to do 9 times x is 9x. I'm going to do x times 3, which is 3x. And finally, I'm going to do 9 times 3, which is 27. And so my final answer is going to be x squared. I'm going to put my x's together. 9 and 3 is 12x. And finally, I have my constant 27. And that's what you're going to type in the empty box down there. All right, let's do at least one more of these area models. I'm going to do x times x is x squared. 1 times x is 1x. X times 8 is 8x. And finally, 1 times 8 is 8. Clean that up a little bit. And so now that I'm basically done, I'm going to take x squared. I'm going to put together x with 8x, and that's 9x. And my constant at the end is plus 8. So basically, guys, whether you realize it or not, you're basically doing factoring backwards, right? And the better you get at multiplying forwards like this with distributive property, the better you're going to get at factoring, which is very vital for your future, as you know. Okay, let's try a couple from the second section. Notice they did not set it up for us, so we're going to set it up ourselves. If you can do it without setting up, more power to you. I'm going to do x minus 4 down the sides. That's what that is, right? And then I'm going to do x minus 6 across the top. Each term gets their own row and column, as you see. So we're all set, guys. X times x is x squared. Now let's be careful with the negatives. Negative 6 times x is negative 6x. And x times negative 4 is negative 4x. So notice both of those are going to be negatives, right? And a negative times a negative is a positive 24 in this case. So let's put it together. I have an x squared. The minus 6 and the minus 4 together make minus 10x. And my constant is, in this case, is positive 24. Guys, the key thing is watch your signs. That's where some of you are still going wrong. You got to be careful with your darn negatives. All right, let's do at least one more of these. Again, we're going to set it up with the area model. I'm going to do x plus 1 down the sides. I'm going to do x minus 6 across the top. Each variable, again, or term gets their own row or column. We're ready to go, guys. X times x is x squared. Minus 6 times x is minus 6x. X times 1 is 1x. Minus 6 times 1 is minus 6. So I have x squared here. I'm going to take the minus 6 and the plus 1 and get minus 5x. And finally, my constant is minus 6. All right, let's see what the next problem I put on here is. I did one more of these because of the negative in there in the front. But again, guys, we're first going to set it up. And I'm going to put this down the side. Minus 5d with a positive 8. Watch your signs. And this across the top. D with a minus 3. Each row and column, again, gets their own. Each variable or term gets their own row or column. Now, d times minus 5d is negative 5d squared. Negative 3 times a negative 5 is positive 15d. D times 8 is 8d. And negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. Watch those signs. So what's our final answer? Negative 5d squared. The 15 with the 8 makes 23d. And finally, I have a minus 24. Okay, guys, I think I have one or two more. Let's see what we got here. Here's another one with a negative in front. Don't let the negative get you. We're going to set it up. That's going to go down the side again. Negative a, positive 1. That's going to go across the top. 5a plus 6. All right. 5a times negative a is negative 5a squared. 6 times negative a is negative 6a. 5a times 1 is simply positive 5a. 6 times 1 is positive 6. So what do I have here is negative 5a squared. The negative 6 together with a positive 5 is negative 1a. Don't have to write the 1. You can if you want to. And finally, my constant is positive 6. Okay, I may or may not have one more. Let's see. Yes, I do. Now, guys, again, let's just set it up with the area model. If you can do this without the area model, do it. Just make sure you can do it well. So 6f minus 7 down the sides. This is going to go across the top. 8f minus 9. Be careful with your negatives. Okay, 8f times 6f, 48f squared. Negative 9 times 6f, negative 54f. 8f times negative 7, negative 56f. Negative 9 times negative 7, positive 63. So what do we end up with? 48f squared. The minus 54 with the minus 56 together is minus 110f. And finally, our constant is plus 63. Okay, guys. So that was a nice, thorough lesson on multiplying binomials using the area model to help us out. If you can do it without the area model, guys, more power to you. But there's no reason why all IM2 and IM3 students can't do all three of those practice sets very well. See you around.